Mesdames et messieurs, bonsoir. Coucou à tout le monde, surtout monde qui est Haïti. Jeudi, nous avons l'honneur de recevoir sur planète là et Madame Myrta Thompson. And il pas parler créole, il parle créole anti-crasse, il parle français. Et de ce fait, nous va excuser nous entrevue en anglais. Ok? Mrs. Myrta Thompson, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. I'm just saying that you're gonna speak English, and they have to accept and trying to understand, and we will do our best to give a subtitle. Last month, the Consulate of Haiti in Australia want to put out a new program to show Haitian of the month, to show different faces from Australia, and this program is sponsored by the consulate, obviously, and this is all about showing our culture and everything. So you are now free to present yourself to the lovely public and for our lovely people in Haiti. So we want to know a little bit of stories about you, how you end up here, so all this. So you're free.
Okay.
Coucou tout le monde,
Coucou tout le monde.
Ouais.
Really Myrta.
Oh, c'est bravo,
Un
bravo.
petit peu.
She speaks Creole a little bit, not
Ah.
that much.
Okay, just to give you a bit of a background, I left Haiti in 1962. We moved to America, starting like all Haitians. We went to Florida and then migrated to New York. And from New York, I've moved to California, from California to Hawaii, where I met this lovely guy,
Mr. Thompson.
Mark Thompson, and that's how I ended up in Australia.
Yeah, that.
We've been here for almost 30 years, and you have to forgive me because I don't have that many people to speak Creole to, so don't say she forgot the language, I can understand. So don't speak to, about me in front of me.
Yeah. Anyway, you do have me to translate. They can't say anything bad about you.
Okay, there
So
you
feel
go.
free. So you've been here for 30 years.
We've been here 30 years, we have one son,
Mhm,
Jason,
mhm.
and we started out in Sydney, didn't we? We started out in Sydney and we've been out in Melbourne for the last 9 years. And for the last, since 1995, I've been very much involved in the Haitian community, as small as it is here, but we're very present. So when I lived in New South Wales, we had a very small community of Haitians. We used to get together. And when we came to Melbourne, we still get together. But
That's good.
because of the number of Haitians, it's not that big, but we're still here.
Mhm. So obviously the number of Haitian are increasing in Australia, and this is why the government think it's really important for them to have a representation here. And during all this year as Haitians, so how do you understand life in Australia? How can I say, how you really integrate? It is something were difficult or something that you progressively increase? So
Well, having basically been Americanized, it was a culture shock to come to Australia because you figure, well, they speak English, we all speak English, and that's it.
yeah.
But actually, there are differences between the Anglo-Australian culture and the American culture. Initially, it was really, I won't say hard because I'm used to the Western culture, but we had some language differences, like being invited for tea
Yeah.
in the evening. I thought, oh wow, I'm being invited for tea, so I fed my family and went for tea, and they said, what would you like, pork chop or steak? I said, oh, no, thank you, I already ate.
Yeah.
And she said, bloody you, I invited you for tea.
Oh my God.
And I said, tea, okay.
It's different.
I ate.
It's definitely different. So they offer food when they ask you
for tea.
for tea.
There were some linguistic differences
Yes.
that I found.
So there's something that Haitian here, me, when I first came here, so I had, it's all about you today, but I would say, so this is how peaceful it is. So here it's really a blessed country. And for that, I want you to tell to all our telespectators and all our people who's watching now, to tell them why they should come to study, to come to work here, or even to migrate, because nowadays this is a possibility for people to migrate to other countries. So what is the main thing that you can tell to all our people who's watching now, the main thing that can attract them to come here?
Well, I think amazingly enough, for Haitian, at least my family back east in New York, if I say to them, come and visit, oh, c'est loin, il est trop loin.
C'est loin.
And they're not sure what Australia is about. But what they need to understand, Australia is no different than New York, than Canada, or any other country. It's a very peaceful country because people, hey, they'll come at you if you don't follow the rules. You know, it's a very disciplined group.
Exactly.
That's what I found. Australians are very disciplined. You don't find them, you know, hoo-hawing in the street corner or fighting. At least it hasn't been my experience in 30 years.
Yes.
They're very well mannered. They're very polite. And the only difference I find is that they're a lot more reserved than Americans until you get to know them.
Yes.
But in terms of quality of life, I would say it's even better than the States because you have a social safety net where really there are no ghettos. You don't have to be afraid to walk down this street versus that street. It's very peaceful, like you said. But also people take a lot of, I don't think they're conscious of it. It's only if you're outside looking, but I feel they take a lot of pride in their community. Any street you walk up and down that I've found is clean.
Exactly. No, I noticed that too.
There's a level of cleanliness that I don't think I've met in the United States. The Australians really care about where they live and how they interact with the environment. If you go to the train station, it's not dirty. It's not covered with graffiti. And you don't need cops in every street corner. At least, I have to say, it's my experience.
Yeah, no, it is.
Now,
it is.
in terms of education is free. And if, especially if you're a Haitian who contemplate coming here, there are lots of possibilities. There's something called AusAid, where they provide scholarships for students from other countries who are well prepared.
Exactly.
I
So
mean,
I want you to guys to take care of, to listen carefully of what Mrs. Mirta said. There's they program that they help you. They don't let you alone, leave you alone without any help. So they just do something. Ça haïtien qu'on dit, you encadré ou.
You're on cadeau. Also, you have a scholarship. The people who come here on scholarship are actually given a living allowance. So when you come here, you not only get your school paid, but also to live here,
Exactly.
you are given a scholarship. The other thing is you can work part-time.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Okay, so if you're really an ambitious student, you can work part-time.
That's amazing because some other country, when they allow you to come as student, you're not allowed to work, so you have to stay without doing anything that can bring you a little bit of money to just to answer to your needed.
Yes, you do. And the availability of clothing, furniture, everything is any scale you want.
It's available.
It's available. Whatever you need is available to you. And you have the support of the community. You know, because I've had experiences with foreign students. They have a program for foreign students where they actually give you the support you need while you are here within the university. So it doesn't matter which university you go to. AusAid actually has a program where they give you the support that you need. And initially, when you come here, if you don't speak English, they have a support, like the first 6 months are used to help you to adapt to Australian English. But look, if you have no money, you can apply for Aussie. That's one thing. And if your family has money, Australia has one of the best universities.
Education in the world.
And they have what they call the brownstone universities, which is like your Harvard and this.
Yeah.
And when you put in Australian dollars, rather than going to the US to get educated, come here.
Yeah.
It's going to cost your parents, you know, 2/3 less, a third or half, 50% less.
Exactly. So this is why I want them to be aware of, like, it's not like they are concentrated on migrating to US or to Canada, and they have a lot of refusal because this country is saturated, and there's other opportunities that what really we need now. We are looking for political partnership with the government. This is why we need that just to create a way for us to have few students to come here to learn, because we need back there to rebuild our country. So we need professionals, and Australia got the skills and got the knowledge how to educate, how to do training and trades and all the others, like others profession that can be useful and build a country. So this is available now. So I hope you guys are aware of this, and this is why we come with one of the elder, like in Australia. And for me, I never met anyone more mature than you, and you know more. You know the system. You live there for so long, and you are good. You are good, and you are better than a lot of people who are living in US. They have the same age as you. Like, the system just swallow them, and they are nowhere now at 60s or 70 years. They are looking like for new stuff. So this is different in Australia. Here they respect people and they take care of people. So this is what I want these people, you guys, to aware of this. Another thing I was thinking, Mrs. Mehta. So for us now, we are trying to get involved in terms of education. Do you, with your experience, do you know something that you can tell with all the people that's watching now? Can you guide them somewhere in a profession that can be like a profession where it's accessible for them, that they can build a life with this profession? Like trades, I don't know what it is.
Well, it depends on the interest of the person who's coming here, and also their level of education. I mean, if you want to come here to study, you have to have a level of proficiency.
All right.
Okay? And Aussie offers a lot at the master's level. And that's where they really focus in sending back. If you have a bachelor, they focus a lot on that to build and send you back a professional to your country. Whether you're a teacher, an engineer, is building them. It's all about building professionals to export and support those developing economies. I don't believe in the word third world. They're developing economy. In Haiti, at this level, that is, level of stress, economic stress, can really use a lot of professionals. And a lot of people may make it to the bachelor, but to go to the next level of masters and PhD, Australia is a good place to be. You're not gonna miss your telephone, whatever's in America is in Australia. And you have to understand that. And the question, pays en loin, c'est pas vrai. Tout ça vous voulez, tout ça vous besoin, you're là, en Australie.
Yes, that's good. That's super good. So now, because you are the Haitian of the month, we do need, yes, you are the Haitian of the month, and we are very grateful for your presence, because you are already giving enough as a I don't know how to even to say this word, as a consultant in education. So can you tell us your experience, your professional experiences? So how you integrate this system? How did you work? If it was hard or how it was? Just tell us a little bit about you, your profession, your work. What do you do, Lex?
Okay, well, professionally, I have a master's in early childhood education. But because we were living out in the country, I really didn't have the opportunity. Remember, there's country versus city. So someone who's coming here will not be migrating to the country. But for me, it was really challenging getting into the Australian system because the American system is very different. But having said all that, we had our own business. So I can't say I was disadvantaged.
Okay, you are a business person. That's all we need.
We had our own factory. So what I'm saying is, if this doesn't work, okay, my education didn't work here in the country for me, but it didn't stop me from being partner with my husband in a business.
That's good.
And he worked, we had contract with major food restaurant. It's a big one, the biggest, in America.
You can say
McDonald's.
That's good.
So
That's good. Say it.
we had a big construction or contract with McDonald's. So I'm saying, look, if something doesn't work in Australia, they have multi-level of education, multiple opportunities. So we had our own factory. Our son went to private school, and he did so well that he got a scholarship. He came down to Melbourne, to Latrobe, then got another scholarship for a PhD.
That's good. Guys, are you listening?
Okay?
Please.
All his education was paid for because he was willing to work hard. And now he started his own company.
That's good.
People need to understand there isn't one stream. When you live in a place like Australia, it's up to you.
It's
Okay.
what you want.
If you want to come here and be a victim, poor me, woe me, well, don't come because
Yeah.
you'll find you're not going to be successful.
Let me say it in curl for them to understand. Some of you guys keep complaining and whinging. So what really Sam vle di nou, se sispan plen epi mette kanson nan tay nou, avanse. Madame mi ta kompren sa map diya, li pa pale an bon kreol, men kompren sa map diya. Se mette kanson nan tay ou epi avanse. Yes.
Et puis, there's an opportunity. They have what they call TAFE. That's, what do you call that, training? If you want to become a carpenter, a builder, an electrician, you can start at TAFE and start working.
That's good. That's good.
And now, I know that you're talking about students only, but there's an opportunity to migrate to Australia.
Exactly.
Not just to be
obvious, which is obvious. So I want to, sorry to interrupt you. I want you to, there's a new chapter was coming now, as I told you, and I really want to say it. And in the 1 month that the consulate established, so we're already pushing to have a new policy in terms of for students to come here. But the consulate of Haiti and Australia is really working very hard to give another face to Haiti and Australia because we have so much bad stuff in the internet against us. So now we are trying to switch this image and to make it look like really what we are in terms of nation.
Well, the Haitians I've known over the years are an example of what Haitians have done. In Australia, we have teachers, doctors, lawyers, PhD, masters, musicians, of course musicians, and financial analysts. One of the things that the reason Haitians haven't come to the forefront is because they have integrated so well in the Australian culture and they are thriving.
That's good.
Do you understand? No one is complaining about Haitians, or they don't know about us because we are doing what is expected of a new citizen, of a new resident. So if you are willing to apply yourself here, Success is you write your own success.
That's good.
And I want to emphasize, don't just come here as a student. Australia, I don't know if it's legislated yet, has a new proposal where they will allow non-professionals to apply for residency.
That's good.
So if you're a young person, right, and you don't know what you want to do, I mean, I don't know what the age limit, I haven't studied the law, but let's say you're 21, 22 and you're living in Lekai, which is where my family comes from.
Oh, et Monokai,
C'est-
les amis, Monokai.
Plus précisément, c'est Cavaillon,
Cavaillon.
Têtu.
Oui.
C'est là que grand-mère m'a sorti.
Mhm.
Alors, if you want to go and explore life, come and do that. Now, if you're a Haitian American, you can come here for 1 year.
Yes, fairly.
Okay,
So we do have.
and you can
We have-
extend it. We had one person who spent a year here and decided to study.
Really for longer. Oh, that's it. That's
She
super
ended up
good.
being here for 3 years.
Oh, that's good, guys. Now, you know, there's a lot of them who's watching us now. They are from USA, and I've been. So, do you love Haiti? That's the question. I should
Do
start.
I know of Haiti?
Do you love Haiti?
Oh,
Sorry, guys, I didn't start with these questions. But
c'est, I'm going to say girl.
Yes.
C'est pas une question que on peut demander.
pas demander la question ça. Pas poser la question ça. Ok,
Non.
D'accord, d'accord.
If you understand Haitian history, being Haitian is genetic. It has nothing to do with race. Haiti is a genetic stamp mark that is put in your soul, and wherever you go, you carry that.
Amen. I decide to say amen because this is too good. So, did you visit Haiti?
No,
No.
because for some reason I seem to start in Miami
Mhm.
and then make my way west.
Oh, okay. But anyway, so you know what? We're gonna pray hard for you to visit it soon.
Well, I
We're
hope you
gonna
guys
pray
will
that.
create a group and we
We
can
will
all
create something like that probably. But you know, the consulate is alone in a continent country because we call it that because this consulate based in three spots in Australia. So we have the jurisdiction of all of Australia. It's a little bit complicated. So, but together we can make things happen. We want to thank all the Haitian community here, the Jonas and Robert and all the Haitian Breslau and all the Haitian in Australia, Mr. Pete and all the even the group Haitian Australian and Haitian in Melbourne. All this group in Facebook, they are just a group that put Haitian together, and we want to thank you. Thank you. Just saying you thank you in the name of the consulate and in the name of the honorary consul, Mrs. Julia Greenberg. So I thank you. Thank you for everything, and guys, stay tuned for more spotlight for on the Haitian of the month. So we're gonna have a second one. It's gonna be more juicy, more fun. Now we have to start with the more wise and the more mature person. Please stay tuned. Ciao.